So you do not have market dynamics taking place. There is government intervention in political institutions, in judicial institutions, in economic institutions, everywhere. You've got to take that away. If you start providing institutional strength and allow them time to fix themselves and heal themselves and do what is right for them, over time you'll see that these things will fix themselves, including circular debt.
My take would be like, see, the country has to have cash flow from within. Our whole business model works on external support. People should start paying taxes, we should do a corporate responsibility, the country will be back on track again. So the country has to revive from within. I mean, you're just waiting for somebody to help you, that whole business model for external help is not working.
I believe we have our final question coming from this gentleman here. Sir.
Yes, there was a talk about in the context of net banking and the mobile banking, and I'm sure all banks must be exercising due diligence for the check on any fraud or security issues. But are you bankers satisfied on the legislative part of the cyber fraud, etc., which is a potential risk? And are you satisfied that there is a need for change in the legislative cyber fraud impact?
I think it's too early. A lot of legislation is being done. I think it's too early to call. I think a lot has to be done. It's an uptaking market, and as it further takes off, there'll be more problem coming in, and then you need more solutions and more regulations. I think it's at a very infancy at the moment in terms of regulation and the whole uptake of the market.
The positive news is that our regulator is actually on top of it. You know, it's on the ball. So we're happy to have a state bank supporting this and looking at possible downsides, security risks, fraud risks, etc. So this is a new area, as rightly said. It will evolve, but we have a good regulator supporting changes as and when they are required.
A final word on that one, Irfan. You're happy?
I agree. It's an ongoing process. Like Atif said, the regulator is obviously very proactively involved in this. And you know, these crimes happen throughout the world. Obviously, Pakistan would have some problems in this area, but you know, we have to live with those problems. We have to build it into the business model.
Now, one question I'm going to quickly close with, and again, brief answers from you all, and I'll stay with you on at this one. The industry knows what they want from you. We've heard a lot of great questions, and you've been fabulous actually addressing them. But what do you want from these guys? What are you looking for? More transparency? More communication. What do you want? You may as well tell them here. We've got a few minutes. Very, very quickly. What do you want from the CFOs?
I think, like you said, transparency is the number one thing. And as CFOs, I feel that they have a big responsibility of really steering this country out of problems as well. Because if these guys actually make an effort to reflect everything honest in the accounts, bankers will be more comfortable, the government will get more tax, you will get a reduced rate of markup from your banks, and I think the whole story would be a better story. So my own thinking is that one of the reasons why I really came to this conference is because this group of people are people who are going to make a difference in the documentation of economy, paying more taxes, disclosing our real income side. My own thinking in Pakistan is that our parallel economy is not 20%, 30%, 40% of our normal economy. I think it's a multiplier effect of our disclosed economy. So if everything comes in the same part, and obviously if the government also rationalize the taxation system and the tax rate, as a country I think we'll have to progress, because just keeping the money under the carpet or under the bed or keeping it in Dubai is not going to help this country.
Atif, what do you want from your customers, from the CFOs? What can they do to make your life easier?
Well, other than what's been said, I won't repeat that, but I think...
That's fine, there's nothing like reminding them.
What I really think that would be useful is not to only look at bankers as providers of debt funds, to really look at us as also helping you in the process of your own business plans, and leveraging projects is not necessarily always the right thing, particularly in high interest rate environments like ourselves. that doesn't pay. Today, banks are far more comfortable with companies that are leveraged appropriately, and therefore are willing to help them also go to the next level of expansion, new projects, or whatever else. So, you know, this psychology that our economy has had of leveraging yourself to the hilt and you know, 80-20 sort of 80 loans and 20 debt, that's a thing of the past. And it's so clear that the companies that are successful are actually under-leveraged. And banks support them and can do so many other things for them as well. So, you know, look at us as not just, you know, providers of money and, you know, from your perspective, cheap money, but so many other things that we can do if your own balance sheet is much stronger.
Mohammed, what will give you a calmer night's sleep?
Well, my message to industry will be, I mean, you may not like to maybe hear that, is please don't be afraid of competition. I mean, we work for a bank, we work for a highly competitive environment. I mean, few years back, every foreign bank was working in Pakistan. But being afraid of competition, I think the days of protective barriers and duty drawbacks and concessionary finance are gone. It's an open competition. I mean, there was so much debate going on in MNF status to India. I think the world has changed. So we have to come out of that fear of competition. If we can't compete, we can't survive.
Well, thank you all. I have to say our panel has been absolutely wonderful. You've given us lots of your time, your expertise, great information, and indeed our audience. Thank you so much for being so active in this one too. Stay with us. I'd like to now please call on Mr. Rafaq Abdullah Babar, the council member from the Institute of Chartered Accountants. Mr. Babar, if he's here, if he can please join us and present the plaques to our panelists here. So stay with us, gentlemen. And thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. And once again to our great panel here from Mizan Bank, Mr. Irfan Siddiqui. Thank you so much. They've been wonderful for bankers, haven't they? They've shared a lot of time and taken a little bit of abuse, but done it with great humor. From Bank Al Falah, Atif Bajwa. Thank you so much, sir. And from Habib Bank, Mr. Muhammad Ali. Once again, gentlemen, thank you so much. I think they want a quick photo opportunity with the three of you. I think he's got it, has he? Super. But you want the three of them very, very quickly with your plaques there. You may as well hold them up. There you are. Our wonderful bankers, and once again, I think it was a great session and just an absolute joy. You've been tremendous. Thank you so much. We really, really value your input.